Good morning, guys. Jaron back with another crafting video, and today's going to be an interesting one. I want to talk about the weather mission on the new cosmic exploration planet Auxesia. So there's been a lot of talk about this mission, saying that people think it's bugged, and it's very interesting. In my opinion, I did believe it was bugged, and if I'm not mistaken, I think SE confirmed it this morning on the known issues part of the lodestone. They confirmed that there is an issue with this mission. So you'll see here these weather missions. I'm on Armorer right now, and these are expert missions, but the mission doesn't give any expert conditions. It only gives the regular conditions that you would have on any other craft: normal, good, excellent, and poor. However, people have noticed that the mission doesn't give excellent status either. So it's an expert craft with no expert conditions and no excellent condition. So there's been a lot of talk that this mission is bugged, it's glitched. There's no other mission like this in the game with these particular requirements, and it's a little bit convoluted with the explanation that SE gives when you're looking at the mission details here. It even tells you it's an expert recipe, but none of the expert conditions exist or anything like that. But I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could come up with a rotation to complete a mission that is bugged within the game. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I don't know how long it's going to last, particularly if they fix it over the next day or two, but I wanted to make a quick, fun video here. I was going to make a more detailed explanation about how I go about this process, but if it's going to be fixed in a couple days, I'll just show you guys very quickly what I came up with. I thought you guys might get a kick out of it. So first things first, I am using the completed relic tool, the level 20 cosmic tool, raising hammer of stars, since I'm on armor right now, and none of my melds have changed. All of the melds are still the same from previous videos. We'll just go through them very quickly here so you guys can see. It's a little bit different than what some websites and some forums are going to tell you is best in slot. I prefer to meld this particular way. It's just the way I like to do things. So take that with a grain of salt, depending on how your gear is melded as well. So the food I'm going to be using is the Ali Pebre. So let's go ahead and pop that. And the Cunning Craftsman Tizane. So my stats right now are 798 CP, 5700 craftsmanship, and 5723 control. So let's go ahead and take a look at the mission here real quick. So I won't go into a very detailed explanation because I have a feeling this is going to be fixed over the next few days, but I want to show you guys what I came up with. So it does require a pre-craft. It's a 7800 difficulty and a 19,600 quality. I do have a rotation for this. So let's just go ahead and synth it, go into my macros, and the weather pre-craft up here. Let's go ahead and make a couple of pre-crafts. Start with a reflect, innovation, 2 preparatory touches, a great strides and another preparatory touch, and then we'll immaculate mend, great strides, innovation, and preparatory touch again, and then the basic standard advanced touch combo. And then great strides, and then part 2 is innovation, another preparatory touch, Immaculate Mend, Gray Strides, and Baragot's Blessing. And then we're going to do a groundwork. And then use Train Perfection, Veneration for 3 more groundworks. Heart and Soul, and Intensive Synthesis. Okay, let's make another one. Immaculate Mend, Gray Strides, Innovation, and a Preparatory Touch. And then the combo, Basic, Standard, Advanced. Gray Strides, Innovation, Preparatory Touch. Immaculate Mend again. And then Great Strides with the Baragots. And now the progress portion, groundwork, Train Perfection, Veneration, 3 more groundworks. And then Heart and Soul and Intensive Synthesis. Okay, now comes the biggie. See, this item lists as an expert recipe, but then when you view the potential conditions, it only has normal, good, excellent, and poor, which obviously doesn't make sense. Expert recipes require expert conditions. But expert doesn't show up on this as well. So the only 2 conditions that we're dealing with is normal and good. So it doesn't make much sense to manually craft this item, because you manually craft using the conditions that the expert crafts give you, manipulating those particular conditions, whether it's pliant, malleable, sturdy, whatever it is. That's why you manually craft. But if you have no conditions to manually craft with, there's no point. So I wanted to see if I could come up with a rotation here, and I did, which is kind of funny. First thing we're going to talk about is the bronze level rotation. If you want to complete the craft at 100% with no risk of failure, and it's going to give you 300 points. Now, if we look at the mission requirements here, Gold Star requires 1,080, and Silver requires 980. And for Bronze, you just need to complete the craft. Just complete it. You don't need any other points other than the points you got from the pre-crafts. So, if we go back into the macros, this particular rotation up here is going to give you a guaranteed 300 points. So it's not going to be good enough for Silver. It's not going to be good enough for Gold. But if you just wanted to complete the craft and try again, this is the rotation that we can use. Now, if you want to try for Silver and Gold, I have a 4-step process here. So let me show you guys. The first part of the process is only 4 steps. It's muscle memory, manipulation, veneration, and then waste not. But after we use these 4 steps, we have to try rapid synthesis. And here's what I came up with. We have 3 attempts at rapid synthesis. We need to successfully complete 2 of the 3. If we fail 2 of them, we might as well just cancel the craft and start over. But if we do succeed with 2 rapid synth, then we can move on to these 2 particular rotations that I came up with. If the first 2 rapid synthesis are successful, So you have no failures. The first one works and the second one works. We can go into this 3-step gold process here that I came up with. Step 1, step 2, step 3. If you have one rapid synthesis that fails, let's say the first one works, the second one doesn't, but the third one works. So you got 2 out of 3, then we need to come down here and use the blue 3-step process, because we used an extra step of durability to get 2 rapid synthesis to work. So I came up with 2 different rotations to try to get this to work. So I could go into more detail about it, but since this is going to be fixed, let's just go ahead and I'll show you guys what I came up with, and you'll see how it works as we go along. So let's go ahead and start the process. Go back into my macros. I don't know why I closed it here. And here's step number 1. This is going to be the same step for both of the gold and the blue conditions. If you just want to do the 300 point rotation, you just start with these 3 up here. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So we're going to execute muscle memory, manipulation, veneration, and waste not. Then I put a little note down there, just wishing myself good luck with rapid, because we need 2 of them to successfully complete. Now down here on my cross hotbar, you'll see I have rapid synthesis. So this is where luck comes into play. We need 2 out of 3 at least. Let's see what happens. First one. Success. Second one. Success. Okay, so now that our first 2 rapid synth worked, we can move along to the gold. You can see the gold rotation. You can see the name of it. I put 2-star rapid successes. So this is very good. So let's go ahead and start this gold rotation. We're going to start with a basic synth, go into a quick innovation and preparatory touch, and then prudent, innovation, manipulation, and then the basic standard advanced touch combo. Innovation again, prudent touch, and then the basic standard advanced touch combo again. And you can see the conditions aren't changing. The only conditions this mission gives us is normal and good. And you can probably get multiple goods in a row. I've seen that happen before, which is why people are saying this mission is definitely bugged. It's going to be fixed. So let's go ahead and move on to part 2. I'm going to go with a train perfection, great strides, innovation, preparatory touch, 3 train finesse, heart and soul, and tricks of the trade. Now we're going to do innovation again for 2 prudent touches, great strides, and macro number 3 is just an echo line. I want to show you guys what these numbers mean right here. So in order to finish the mission with 700 points, if our quality is between 13,910 and 17,419, we need, in order to get 700 points, we need a good status on Baragot's blessing. Otherwise, it's going to end up giving us the 300. If we have between 17,420 and 17,809, we could get 700 points on this particular craft without a good status. Just a normal Baragot's, which is pretty nice. And if we got lucky with a bunch of goods and we have over 17,000 810 quality at this point, we could technically get 100% completion, the 26,000 quality for 1,000 points if we have a good status on Baragat's Blessing. So if we look at our condition right now, or our quality, excuse me, we have 15,519. So we fall into that first category. So in order to get 700 points, I need a good status on Baragat's Blessing. So we only have 26 CP left. So we're going to go into Careful Observation, and we're going to try to get a good status. I'm going to use it once. And there it is. Good. Fantastic. Now we can use Baragat's Blessing. And a basic synth to finish out the craft. And we actually got 820. So we got a little bit over that minimum mark, which is nice. So let's look at, let's see if I can move this over where it's easier to read. There we go. So our current score is 980. To get a silver, we need 980, which is what we have, which is great. But to gold start, we need 1,080. Well, we know we have a mission that gives us 300 points. Remember I told you about that guaranteed 300 point option? So let's go ahead and use our second item, our second pre-craft that we made. So let's go ahead and synth this. And let's go into this option up here that gives us a guaranteed 300 points with no risk of failure because I didn't include any rapid synthesis in this particular rotation. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Muscle memory, manipulation, veneration, waste not one, heart and soul with an intensive synthesis, 2 groundworks, and a preparatory touch, a prudent touch, innovation, manipulation, basic touch, standard touch, and then of course for macro number 2 we're going to finish the combo with advanced touch, innovation, another prudent touch, a basic standard advanced touch combo, train perfection, great strides, innovation, and preparatory touch, 3 train finesse, great strides, quick innovation, Baragat's Blessing. Ooh, we had good status and careful synth. So there we go. You can see our current score is 1,800, which far exceeds the gold requirement for this particular mission. And let's go ahead and turn it in. And there you go, guys. Not too bad. Pretty simple. You can see we got 245 Cosmo credits. We got 222 Auxesia credits. We got some Cosmic Class points and 165 Explorer tokens. So like I said, this is definitely going to be fixed. I wouldn't recommend doing this, particularly for if SE is going to have this updated over the next couple of days or so. But if you want to give it a try, go for it. It took a little bit of time to come up with this. You can see we have multiple rotations. We got lucky with rapid synthesis. This is going to start the rotation for both the gold and the blue option. Like I said, if you get 2 rapid synthesis that work right off the bat, you can move along with this gold rotation. And if you got 2 out of the 3 rapid synthesis, if one of them failed, then we have to come down here and use the blue rotation. And I'll leave this paused for a moment in case one of you guys want to try. And you can take a look at the rotation that I came up with here. This is part 1. And this is part 2. And then, of course, part 3 is the echo with the requirements that I put in there. So this is a bit more involved. This is a bit more complex than some of the other videos that I put out. But for those of you that enjoy crafting and enjoy endgame crafting, I figured you guys might get a kick out of this. And if you want to give it a try, if it takes SE a week or so in order to fix this mission, give it a try. See how you come up with. Rapid Synth is going to fail on you. It doesn't work all the time, of course. So there are going to be times when this fails and you just need to cancel and start over. But there are times when it will work, particularly if you're trying to gold star this mission. Give it a shot. It's not the most efficient way to farm tokens. Of course, the mastery missions, I particularly like the 40 token mission because that's a very simple macro. And, ooh, there must be a fate going on. Yep. Yeah, the mastery mission that gives 40 tokens can be done in about a minute, minute and a half. It's very simple. And I think gathering is even easier from what I've heard. Some friends say the gathering ones are even simpler than that. So, yeah, I thought you guys might get a kick out of that. And if they do fix the mission, I will post a new video with the corrected weather mission if you guys are interested in that. And we'll take a look at that when the time comes. Have a great day, guys. Happy crafting.